All right, good evening, everybody. This is Anthony from Traders Ultimate Edge. Hope you all are doing well. Let's have a look at the ES today. It did did something interesting. Like we were talking about yesterday, it did come back on up to this trend line and kind of move along it. This morning we had the jobless claims number come out. It was expected 260,000, and we had a 268, so it was a slight miss. Frankly, I think that number is perfectly fine. It's very close to the estimate, and it will it will soften some of the fears that the Fed is going to raise rates too quickly. So I think that's just fine. There was also an interesting story that came out that Biden has now interviewed Brainerd as well as Powell for the job, being the head of the FOMC there, the chairman. And what's interesting about that is if Powell retains the job, then it is simply status quo. However, Powell is not a very he's not viewed as a very political individual personally. I'm sure he has his he kind of follows the whims of the administration, I think, a little bit. But Brainerd is viewed as much more political, in that she will manipulate the Fed somewhat to go along with what the administration wants. And I'm not trying to be political. I'm just saying that's the view on Wall Street of Brainerd. So if she is selected instead of Powell, then that would actually be bullish for the markets. So it's either status quo or bullish, and I think we're supposed to have that pick by tomorrow. I'm pretty sure, unless I've been reading things wrong. I'm sure somebody will correct me. All right. So anyway, that's a little bit about what's going on. Also, the manufacturing index that came out this morning, that also looked pretty good. I'm also seeing stories about the Port of Los Angeles getting its backlog cleared. So that helps reduce some of the supply chain issues, all of which can reduce the increase of inflation anyway. So we'll look here today. And we had this pullback here today. I was told that this pullback was when Senator Manchin said that he was not going to support another giant spending bill, and then it pulled back. I could not find the story to confirm that. I'm not sure if that's true or not. But if it is true, then I mean, so what? That's not surprising for Manchin at all. I mean, that's what the dude does. So that's not surprising at all. And that's why the market popped back up. It went right back down to this level from the previous level. Let me show you this. This one right here, this double bottom back on the 15th of November. We had this huge buy back off up off that level with these big volume spikes. You can see them right here. So not surprised at all that it bounced right back, went right back up. And you can see I've got a little bit of a formation here on my screen. Show you a little bit about the ES. This thing loves its triangles. Let me tell you, this is one that I like to see a lot on the ES. You'll see it either bearish or bullish. This one was bullish, obviously. So when you want to play these triangle patterns, and this yellow line indicated where I bought ES futures. Okay, I put it just above the previous high over here, and I had it in play over here, and it popped up, and it bought right here, pulled back a tad in a two-legged price movement, and then continued up. And I had my sell just under VWAP. This yellow line here is VWAP. That's volume weighted average price. And so I had a nice, like little 3-point scalp right here. And I do this because I want to show people price patterns. I want to show people how to trade those patterns and where to take your profits at. This is stuff that we talk about in Traders Ultimate Edge. This is stuff that we review in classes and whatnot, so that you can learn how to do this and how to trade these patterns. So that's why that's there on the screen. Overall, as we can see, the market did go all the way back up there, and I think it's perfectly fine. I think it's going to continue up tomorrow. I like this close. I really like this close. The market didn't give any of that back in the close. I'm so sorry. Like my chart is really hard to read because there's stuff all over it. I promise if you're me and you look at it every day, it's not that difficult. But so as we can see here, there was this double top before, right? and somewhat of an inverse head and shoulders pattern going on here, but it failed right there at that double top, right? That's normally where a breakthrough. So this subsequent fall is understandable, and now we've double bottomed here. Actually, you could say that we've had. Oops, I'm sorry. You could say we've had a double bottom over here now. But this subsequent fall after this failed breakout from the inverse head and shoulders, if there was going to be a big sell-off, I think it would have happened here today. I think it would have happened here today. Look at the big volume spike. Look how much volume there was there. There's a lot of people that bought. Oh my goodness. I tried to buy here at the bottom. I was half a point from my buy being hit. I was half a point away from my ES futures contract being hit. I was upset. I was really upset. That would have been a great trade. But anyway, I think because it's just been so aggressively bought off these levels. I mean, look at the candles. Look at the big tails they put in. Look at the nice hammer candles coming off this level. It gets really aggressively bought. And the only people that can aggressively buy like this are big money. So I think big money, smart money is behind the market being bullish at this time. And I'm also bullish on it as well. At least kind of up through the end of the year. And, you know, that's my personal thoughts about it. I am pretty bullish on the market. I think tomorrow we have a really good chance of retesting this all-time high. I think we've got a super good chance of it right now. After the bell, we're 8 points away from it. That is obviously within striking distance of the ES. You can move that in seconds. So we can possibly see this retest tomorrow. Would love to see something like this. Let me show you. I'd love to see it come up, bounce, push through, pull back, and close, something like that. I would love to see it look like this tomorrow. I would be so bullish going into next week if we could get this. All right. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Just as always, keep your trend lines on your charts. Guys, this yellow one really came into play. It's really come into play. So make sure to have this yellow one here on your chart. Again, sorry, my chart is messy. This yellow trend line, and I've colored it differently so that you can see it. It goes way back. Back to the bottom at 20 September, okay? It goes back to the bottom on 20 September, and it comes all the way up through, wow, that was weird, through part of today. Let me show you where it tapped it today so you can get this on your chart. It was right here. It tapped it right here, 12:30 my time. That's 2:30 Eastern. That's right where it tapped, okay? From where I show you that it came into the market to where it tapped right here. This is important trend line. This is a really important trend line. Get it on charts. All right. Thank you, everybody, for listening. As always, I hope you make a bunch of money tomorrow. Take care. Have a nice evening. Bye-bye.